What is the most innocent thing you've seen? I was eating alone at a diner when a little girl, maybe 4 years old, walked up to an elderly man sitting by himself at the counter. She tugged on his sleeve and asked, "Are you sad?" The man looked surprised. "No, sweetheart, just eating my lunch." "But you're alone," she said, genuinely confused. Nobody should eat alone. Before her mother could apologize and pull her away, the girl climbed onto the stool next to him. "I'll sit with you so you're not lonely." The man's eyes immediately welled up. His hand trembled as he set down his coffee cup. Later I learned his wife had died 2 months earlier. This was the diner they'd eaten at every Sunday for 30 years. He'd been coming alone, ordering her usual alongside his, scrambled eggs with wheat toast, no butter, just to feel close to her. The little girl didn't know any of this. She just saw someone eating alone and couldn't understand why anyone would do that when sitting together was an option. She started telling him about her toy dinosaur, how it liked pancakes but not waffles, how it was purple because regular dinosaur colors are boring, completely oblivious to the profound gift she was giving this grieving stranger. "What's your dinosaur's name?" the man asked, voice rough. "Princess Rex," she announced proudly. "She's royal and scary." Her mother stood frozen nearby, tears in her own eyes, mouthing, "I'm sorry," over her daughter's head. But the man shook his head, smiling for what looked like the first time in months. "Please," he said quietly, "let her stay." The little girl chattered nonstop about how clouds looked like cotton candy but probably didn't taste like it, about her best friend Emma who could touch her tongue to her nose, about how her baby brother only knew 3 words but one of them was cheese, which she thought was a pretty good word to know. The man listened to everything, occasionally asking questions that delighted her. "Do you have a dinosaur?" she asked suddenly. "No," he said softly, "but my wife collected ceramic birds. She had over 100. "That's so many birds. Did they have names?" "Every single one." The little girl considered this seriously, then pulled a sticker from the collection she kept in her pocket. Her mother later told me she gave these out like business cards and stuck a sparkly star on his hand. "This is so you remember you're not alone," she said matter-of-factly. "Stars are never alone because there's always more stars next to them." When she asked why his eyes were wet, he said they were happy tears. She nodded seriously and said, "My grandma says those are the best kind, way better than onion tears or ouchie tears." Before they left, the girl turned back. "Will you be here next week?" I don't know. You should come. We're here every Sunday after church. Mommy lets me get hot chocolate if I'm good, which I usually am." The man came back the next Sunday. The little girl spotted him immediately and dragged her confused parents to his table like it was the most natural thing in the world. "This is my friend Mr. She paused, realizing she'd never asked his name. "Arthur," he supplied. "Mr. Breakfast," she announced, either mishearing or deciding his actual name wasn't interesting enough. "He needs to sit with us." Her parents, God bless them, just went with it. Turned out the father had lost his own dad recently and understood something about grief and unexpected angels. I kept coming back to that diner, watching this unlikely friendship develop. She'd color pictures for him, usually dinosaurs wearing crowns or birds with too many wings. He'd bring her books about dinosaurs, carefully researched to be age-appropriate but scientifically accurate. She called him Mr. Breakfast permanently, unable or unwilling to pronounce Arthur. He called her Sunshine. 6 months later, I saw them celebrating her 5th birthday at the diner. Arthur had bought her a stuffed dinosaur, purple of course. The little girl hugged it, then hugged him, declaring loudly that he was the best grandpa who isn't my grandpa ever. Her actual grandparents were there, laughing at the designation. Arthur's son had come too, meeting this little girl who'd saved his father from drowning in grief. The son told me later that after his mother died, Arthur had stopped eating, stopped talking, was essentially waiting to die himself. Then this little girl decided he belonged to her, the son said, watching his father help her color a placemat. She couldn't comprehend that he might want to be alone, so she just claimed him, and somehow that saved him. The innocence was in her complete inability to understand voluntary solitude when connection was available. In her 4-year-old mind, being alone when you could be together was as nonsensical as wearing shoes on your hands. She saw someone who needed a friend and appointed herself to the position without asking anyone's permission. That little girl had no idea she was saving someone. She just thought she was sharing chicken nuggets with a new friend who seemed to really like hearing about her dinosaur and gave excellent attention to her stories.